All right, 207. This is what would be day 12, Unit 2 Science Review. Okay. Structure functions. All right. This is the part of animals and plants. Okay. The structure. So roots that helps take in water. Okay. So the structure we're talking about, roots that takes in water. A shell, not just a turtle, but a shell in general protects the body. So we have animals out of the sea, like turtles, and animals in the sea, like crabs. And they have shells, and that's their whole point. Their function is to protect their body. Now, a heart. The heart's function is to pump blood. So structures is what it is, and then the function, what it does. Roots takes in the water, keeps it from blowing away. Shells protect the body. Heart pumps our eyes. They help animals see. Okay, so this structure is the wing. It helps animals fly. Obviously, there are wings. Animals that have wings but cannot fly, but wings help an animal fly. So lungs takes in oxygen from the air. So we have lungs. Structure is internal. It takes in the oxygen, breathes in all, takes oxygen. Yeah. Now gills, which are those little slits, right? And let me use this laser pointer thing. So these things right here, they are gills. Water goes over them, and then the fish take oxygen from the water. So the function of lungs and gills are the same, takes oxygen, okay? One takes it from the air, the other one takes it from the water. And then leaves on a plant, it functions to make food, it creates food, okay? So we have internal and external. Internal, inside, okay? So if you look over here, bones, internal, these are all the vital organs, but they are all internal. We have the heart, all these intestines, okay? And external, that's the outside. So this cat would be on the outside, that's external, okay? So when we look back here, some of these are going to be on the inside. Might not be able to see it. We'll use this one. Lungs, they're on the inside. You cannot see them, they're internal. Some are external on the outside, like wings, okay? They're on the outside. So internal and external. So a stem, that's this part of a plant, that is external. You can see it, it's on the outside. Fur, okay, that's a structure, it's external. If you have a dog, pets a dog, cat, pets a cat, and you can feel their fur there, okay? Skin, okay? Skin, that is on the outside. It's actually an organ, okay? So skin is on the outside. Our brain, that is an internal, okay? Internal structure. Heart, same. Now I know that looks different, but that's what a real heart looks like. This one is what it looks like when we draw a heart. This is what doctors see when it's a heart. That's internal, okay? Now the same with lungs. They're an internal structure. Claws, external. They're on the outside, okay? And then scales. These things right here, like the fish's skin, a little different. If you rub them down, nice and smooth, rub against them, it's actually quite hard. That is, they're external, all right? So keep that in mind. Did you understand what internal is, inside, external, outside, okay? Did you understand what structures are? All these things, all right? And then their function, that's what they do. Structures, root, shell, heart, eyes, and then their function, that's what they do, all right? If you're with us, keep going. All right. Structural adaptations and behavioral adaptations. So think of structure, all right? And then think of behavior. So structure are the things and behaviors, how they act. Right. So here the camel has those humps, okay? Long eyelashes keep the sand down, slits, so keep the sand down. You won't see it down here, but they have nice flat feet, so that walking on the sand a little easier. Now behavioral adaptations, hibernation, okay? Nothing about their body, but how they act, okay? So your behavior or what you have. So let's take a look at some structural behavioral adaptations, okay? So this one, structural, is our neck. Our neck, huh, that's not us, that's a giraffe. So the giraffe's neck, that's structural, right? Long neck, giraffe can reach up to the plants and the trees that are much higher, okay? Chameleon changes its skin, okay, that's structural. So they can match the color around them, okay, natural colors. If you put them on a bright pink construction paper, they're not gonna be able to. And then behavioral. So this one, the owl, he's outside at night, all right? Behavior is different. Now that goes along with, because it's structural, but it's behavioral. Hibernation, talked about that, behavioral. Now peacocks, if you see these giant feathers behind, right, that's structural. They have bright feathers and they open them right up and it's very big. And then of course we have birds flying south for the winter in this V formation. It is behavioral because it gets cold up in the northern part. They fly downwards, warmer. So that's their behavioral, okay? So structure, think of the outside, and then behavioral, think of the way they act, all right? So these are our senses: smell, sight, touch, hearing, and taste. All right, smell with your nose, sight, see with your eyes, touch with all bodies. You hear with your ears, of course, you taste with your mouth. All right, so a bat hears an echolocation. All right, so there we go. Hears, that is hearing. A dog smells food and begins to bark. There's our smell. That's with our nose, smell. Okay. A lion feels the water. Lion feels the water. Is the water hot? Is the water cold? It's to feel it. And that's his touch. Okay. A person tastes the ice cream. That's taste. That's with her. And then an eagle sees a mouse in the field. That's sight. And eagles have great sight. They can see all the way up high. They can see a mouse. Okay. So go through these. Make sure you understand. I know this is quick, but our senses: smell, sight, touch, hearing, and taste. Do you understand them? Do you understand how different animals use those? Okay. Structural and behavioral adaptations. Okay. Do you understand the difference? Structure is their body, how it is. Behavioral is how they act. Right? Internal, inside, external, outside. Okay. Go through all this. Make sure you know. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. You can either raise your hand if I'm in the class, or you can come find me. Have a good one.